Yorana, and welcome to FM Tahiti. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a few days since I've actually loaded up the game. Just 'cause I've been doing other bits and pieces. Work's been getting in the way, as per usual. Also, I wrote an article or blog, I should say, for Dictate the Game. I'm doing some writing for them, and it was called Welcome to the FN Lab, where I created a kind of blank FM slate using the database, so everything as controlled for as possible, so I can run some experiments in there and then do some statistics. So if you've watched any of my statistics videos, you might quite like that blog post, and vice versa. If you're watching this video because you've read the blog post and you're interested in what I'm doing, then go have a look at that playlist. What we've got going on today for the humpbacks, which is the important stuff, is the World Cup Championship. So the draw just happened. It didn't tell me the draw was going on, this just arrived. I guess actually there probably isn't much of a draw. It's whoever the weak teams are who will get pitted together. So this is the playoff. So we've got the Orlando Pirates Football Club, so that's South Africa, if I remember correctly. It's on the 11th of December. It is, as far as I can tell, a single match. Let's check the schedule. Yep, single match, Club World Championship. Orlando Pirates. They've only got a couple of real players, because obviously I've not loaded South Africa. Siabonga Zulu, never heard of them. They're 31, so they're a real player. Worth about 240k. And Sifiwe Kamala, who again, can't see much about them, but they could be good. Orlando Pirates are always one of those clubs that are actually a good club to check if you're trying to find new gens on, or regens, whatever you want to call them. So there are a few clubs in Africa, like the continent, not South Africa, the continent as a whole, that tend to produce some quite good players. And for South Africa, it tends to be, in my experience, Orlando Pirates who produce them. But there's not much in the way of other good players there, which kind of makes me think we could win this. Like, I've no idea, these could be all like 20s for all we know, because we don't know anything about them, but they're the winners of the African Champions League, which means they must be reasonably strong. But actually, from the fact they don't have that many players, means that maybe we've got an edge over them. It's an important game. This is one of our last few games, potentially. So rules-wise, if we lose this, it doesn't matter, we get £768,000. If we win, then we go into the next round, which is the quarter-final. There's no direct money for that one, it's just the prestige, then to the semi, and so on. If we get into the quarter-final and lose it, then it's the fifth place playoff. And some money for that one as well. So if we win against Orlando Pirates, we'll pocket about £1.5 million for the club, which would, let's have a look at our huge and horrible debt. Get rid of it. And then put the club back into the black, nice and clearly. We've got debts. Who doesn't? But we'd have more than we have debt, just if we won this next match and then end up in the fifth place playoff. It's a convoluted way of making the money, but it could be useful. That said, we're not expected to actually beat them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the match in between, so helpfully we've got a match in between. I'm going to rest some players for this one. I know the league is important and being informed is important, but as you can see, November was a good month, much better than October. But we only conceded one goal in all of November, so I think we can probably weaken the squad a little bit for this. So I'll play that and I'll come back for the Orlando Pirates game. And we are back for the match. We played Marquesas Islands Society in between, and I rotated almost all the team as much as I could, really, and we won 3-0. Which was bizarre because it was a much weaker side, but it was a really good team performance. There were a few downsides to that match. So Johan Andre played the first half, so I was going to let him play the first half to make sure he stayed sharp and fit. But he took a knock, and he's not 100% yet, but I'm probably going to play him for this. And the other issues kind of after that, there's been a kind of spate of colds and viruses. So McIntyre, our right back, is going to be out for 2 weeks. I did have the option of sending him to the doctor, but then he'd only be out for 8 to 12 days, which could be too long. Anyway, I didn't want it spreading any further, so we're going to have to make do without him. I'll show you the team in just a second. I think Luca Barr is also injured. He's out with a cold as well. So, that time of year, it's getting up to Christmas. It might be, blazing heat in Tahiti, and it's 22 degrees here. But, yeah, winter cold. So, we're playing at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. So I think the Club World Championships in South Africa this year. 70,000 capacity, only sold 25,000 seats, but it's a lot more than we normally get. Hopefully we'll get some of that in ticket revenue. 22 degrees. We know a little bit more about them now, so we've done a little pre-scouting. Not a huge amount, but enough to know that actually these players are decent. So it could be a bit tougher than I thought it would be. Team selection. This is what we've got. So Phil Lamb is still injured, so we moved Huck over to the left and brought Makasina in there. On the right hand side, McIntyre's injured, so we've got Rush standing in for him. There, he played the last match, he did quite well. Just doesn't look very good in his attributes. Then we've got Bell, Andre, McCormick and Dallow in, but Andre is tired, so Spearling's probably going to have to come on at some point for him. And then Gerard and Yannin up front. Not being able to fill the bench, so McIntyre's injured, Burgess is injured. I didn't register Bolt, Silva, Morris or Kerr because there's only 23 you can have in the squad, and Luca Barr is injured. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't have played Luca Barr anyway. If I was going to give someone a chance to play in this, it would be Tamangaro. So I'll probably try and bring him on if I can. I just like him. He's tall. He's not quite 2 metre Peter, but he's that kind of Peter Crouch level. But he's not lanky. He's a unit. So here we go. Our first ever Club World Championship match with a team from Polynesia and with Rora 2. The stadium looks nice, doesn't it? It looks like a proper stadium compared to our kind of one-stand efforts that we've got, even though we are expanding it. I think we're a long way off this 70,000 seater in our country. They're playing a 4-2-2-2, narrow, so we need to use that width, I think, to get around them. And this should be interesting. Assertive. Let's go find something to cheer. A couple of them cared. Someone nodded. He nodded in agreement, but he's not positively influenced by that. Yes, he can break his goalless. So his goalless run is a couple of games, which has been enough games for. Let's play one key, one extended for this one, just in case it is our only match. So yeah, Jared's not scored for a few games, which meant Yannin is be scoring 1 or 2, and he's caught up. So Yannin's now the top goal scorer for the club with 90, and Gerard's got 89, I think it is. So they're still competing, but Gerard's just switched off for a bit. Swing it in, managed to get it out. This is our counter attack. That is a long ball. Oh, Gerard, so close. It was a good ball actually from Yannin. Trying to get it in again. This could be an interesting one. We've already been told who we'd get if we did win, so we'd have to play ES Tunis next. Close from the free kick, which has confused me a bit because I thought it's the winner of the European Super Cup. Oh, Yannin almost. It's a bit of rebounds good in there. I thought it was the winner of the European Super Cup, the African Champions League, the Asian Champions League, the Oceania Champions League, and like the North American CONCACAF Champions League. But Tunis and Orlando Pirates are both from Africa. They'd have both had to play in the African Champions League, so I don't know why they're both in. This could just be my ignorance around the Club World Championship. Get it out. Come on. Just shut them out. They're getting close. They are getting close. They're much better than any side we've played ever. In terms of their overall quality. We're not being completely dominated, but they are getting into it now. Oh, there we go. He was coming, you could tell he was coming, and it was going to be from him. Playing with a lot of width for a 4-2-2-2 narrow. I'm not sure how to deal with that because we've got naturally more width. Just, it's kind of poor keeping, to be honest. We can hit back. Almost an immediate response, just a bit wayward then from Moses. And this is a one match kind of thing, there's no extra legs I don't think. It's do or die. Come on, shut him down. Almost. So close. So stats-wise, we look fairly even, but they're having more quality in their possession, I think, would be fair to say. But maybe this free kick's something we can work with. Smacked it against the wall. Good move there. Andre's not doing great, is he? He's been quiet, but I don't know whether that's just because their team's generally better. Gonna have to come off at half time, I think. Come on, get it in. Almost bobbled through. I think we're good for a goal. We deserve one. Cut it back. Oh, Andre. It's time to shine. Nah. You can tell he's not well. Normally he'd rifle that one in. That looked like he was going in. A little bit nerve-wracking. It's difficult to say it's nerve-wracking when they're just ahead. It's not like we've got a lead we can lose or it's on a knife edge. They're just winning currently. Right. So I think if we carry on playing the way we are, we've got a chance. Better showing. Bring on Spearling for Andre. Some fresh legs instead of Andre will do the business. I've just done one of those things where you play your best player even though he's not fit and it bites you in the arse. Getting a lot of set pieces. That was weird. It looked like it was going to be an amazing move and then they just smacked it against each other. Bench that could bring on this knot. Oh, McCormick, so close. Tamangaro, Weight. Weight's gonna. Let's bring Weight on. Level head. Bell's not been doing terribly. It's got a bit more experience, that might help. Rush into it. Spearling into the crowd. Not getting past them. What can I tell them to do? Let's get even wider. They're narrow. We'll go even wider. so close. I mean, it's not the player you want in that position, but... missed that one completely. Get it off him and then... he's gonna get a card. Let's bring him off. I feel bad for Tamangara because he's not going to get on now. But it's one of those highlights where it feels like it's giving you a warning that he's on the edge. That's such a good goal, it's annoying. So it wasn't one of those highlights where they're kind of warning you that your player's on the knife edge and he might get sent off. I mean, he's still good. It was an actual highlight because they're going to score. That's a rocket. They definitely deserve that goal. Just only score. Get some pride along with that £750,000. It's good to see that going wider has done close to nothing. Can't really go much more attacking than I already am. I think this is it. So our first foray into Club World Championship, and we have beat Gore McCormack. It looks like it's going absolutely nowhere. Another corner. Get a goal and at least make the last few minutes tense. What was that? I think not having Lamb did make it a little bit less effective down the left-hand side, but to be honest, their goals had nothing to do with that really. They deserve them. So our first jaunt into the Club World Championship, and we've been beaten fairly convincingly. I wouldn't say we've been massively outclassed, which is really frustrating. Like, we have had 19 shots. We've edged the possession. It's not like they were dominating us and we were just holding on. But they were the strong side. And there was a good second goal. You can't argue about that second goal. So yeah, hopefully not too many fans went all the way to South Africa to see us lose like that. But there we go. Mixed feelings. A little sad. Assertive. Can't fault... Oh, bugger. Assertive, appreciate your efforts. I think if I do the midfield one, it's going to make everyone. Oh, there we go. We've managed to rescue it a little bit. So there we go. So far, no team from French Polynesia has got past the playoff. So, you know, we're keeping that tradition alive. Here's the key bit. 768,000, so our finances back in the black. So we're going to leave the club in a good position. And I'm going to leave it here for a bit, just to see what I want to do, really. So we've lost that. That's sad, but not massively unexpected. In terms of where we are in the Premiership, we're first. I think it's almost certain that we'll get into the OCL. I kind of now decide what it is I want to do. So none of the clubs I was massively interested in are actually available now. Puka Puka maybe. Second in the championship, so maybe I could try and take over and get them promoted, but I might just take a pause, take a little bit of a break from the save. I've got a few videos to upload and go through as it is. See what people think about whether I should carry on, finish off the season, or whether I should immediately leave. You can leave a comment on this video, but there's a good chance by the time this video goes live I'll have decided what I'm doing, so it'll be on Twitter that I'll probably try and talk about it. But yeah, I just need a bit of time to work out what I want to do. I need to leave the humpbacks. I've been with them for long enough. We've done well enough with them. We are a legend, I think. Yep, there we are. We reached legend status with Gerard. So we've made our mark on them, and we're leaving them in a good position going forwards. The only thing I might try and do is see if the board will improve the youth facilities. No, apparently no. So our financial situation must be taking into account the debt as well. So we're 400 and something in the black, but actually there's a reasonable amount of debt. We're not in the Inter-Island Cup anymore, I don't think. We've got the Mutiny Trophy we could win. We didn't win the Super Cup. Might be time to knock it on the head and let someone else take this over. If I do that, I'll make sure all the players are signed on to reasonable contracts to keep the squad together so the squad stays stronger for longer. But yeah, I'll leave the episode there. Thanks very much for watching. My apologies for us not getting further in the Club World Championship. We were just not quite there yet. It's going to take a lot more time until we've got a team strong enough. I think what the league needs is for there to be more strong teams in there. So not just us, but, well, not just the humpbacks, but another team that's had that kind of record. And now the Eels and another, I can't remember who it was, Taha have also had the kind of Club World Championship money. There's more money flying around. The league is going to get stronger. But I think we need to do that work elsewhere. So I'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode.